The World Anti-Doping Agency want to ban this, beta ecdysтерone. WADA did their own study and they found two very important things for us gym bros. Number one, it increased muscle mass in athletes. Fantastic. But more importantly, so that you can outperform your gym nemesis, it increased the 1 rep max bench press after 10 weeks of taking ecdysтерone. The problem is, how do you test for spinach? Ecdysтерone is found in things like spinach, and this shows Popeye was onto something all those years ago on that boat. The only problem is he just trained forearms. As you can probably tell, this tub, good hands, is empty, which means I've taken ecdysтерone for 30 days. This video will show you the results and whether or not I'll buy another one of these. 30 days ago, this is what I look like. Pretty decent muscle mass. I started my cut 2 months before this, so I'd lost a little bit of fat, but as you can see, there's still a good layer covering all the muscles. My inspiration for this video and trying this product came from Will Tennyson, my favorite YouTuber. His physique has changed dramatically in a very short period of time, and that's because he started taking testosterone. Now, in the UK, you can only get the fake testosterone, as Coach Greg says, from China, and the only real testosterone, according to Coach Greg and some of the studies, is Coach Greg's testosterone. The problem is, in the UK, we cannot get that. So if you watch Coach Greg, drop a comment down below, tell him to send me some testosterone and we'll do a proper review. But this is the next best thing. Some of the research shows this can be more effective than testosterone, and WADA's study definitely shows that. So I had to try it before it gets banned to keep my natty card. We're gonna look at 3 things. Firstly, my strength. Then we're gonna come onto my physique. And finally, we're gonna look into the weird and wonderfuls, because trust me, there were some definite weird and wonderfuls on this one. Over the 30 days, especially towards the beginning, we had a few snags. I somehow caught the plague, and then a week after that, I caught COVID, so my strength went into the toilet. And let's face it, on a cut, you're going to lose strength. So let's look at my bench press strength. On the 9th of January, which is a lot more than 30 days ago, I pushed 125 kilos on the bench for the first time. Then I got hit with 3 illnesses back to back, and at the start of this, I could push 110 for 2 reps. Then at the end of these 30 days, today, this morning, I felt dreadful when I woke up. I had poor sleep. I must have had a really low calorie day yesterday because I had a really low weigh-in, and I pushed 110 for 2. That being said, 4 days ago, when I was in London with one of my good mates training at Crayford weights, I pushed 110 for 4 and I managed to push 120. Now, I have never pushed 120 at this weight. I'm 10 kilos lighter now than I was on the 9th of Jan. So my strength has stayed up. And actually you'll see in the middle at week 3, I hit 110 for 3. So I just had an off day this morning, and I'm pretty sure if I had to do it tomorrow, I would have pushed it for 4. Now, that's not the important strength that went up. The important thing for me was my last set of the day. I did not want to leave the gym. I just wanted to hit every set so hard. I wanted to attack the weights, and I did. I was pushing much more reps at the same weight at the end versus at the start. It was insane. My energy levels in the gym were insane. I can guarantee you, without ecdysтерone, I would be out of the gym by now, and I just want to keep going. Like, I just don't want to leave. It's ridiculous. And my strength, even this far into a workout, is crazy. Some cheat reps. Oh. Oh. I'm an hour 16 minutes in. Right. 1 hour 16, and it's still crazy. And I look back on my Garmin, normally in my morning gym session before work, I'm averaging 300 to 350 calories. On this, I'm burning over 500 calories almost every single session. And I'm not spending longer, I'm going for the same time. I'm just really attacking the weights. I've got some energy, I don't know where it's come from, but it is insane. You feel absolutely insane when you're in the gym. And this is the energy that's gonna build the muscle, not the 1 rep max. It's gonna be the last set that you can push harder than you've ever pushed before. Let's get into some of the weird things, right? Because there are a few here. The first one is I started taking it at night, and this is me 3 days in. And I've noticed some weird things. So I've been taking it at night at around 7 o'clock. and I've had really difficult times falling asleep. Normally, my head hits the pillow and I'm gone. This time around, I've been lying awake, mind racing for the last 2 nights. So I decided on day 3, I'm taking it first thing in the morning, but it says you have to have it with a meal. So I've got my protein bar. So 2 of these going in straight after breakfast. I swapped that out. Now I take it in the morning and no issues at all when it comes to sleep. But the weird thing, well, I say no issues, the weirdest thing for me is dreams. Now, I never remember my dreams. I could not tell you anything about what I dreamt the night before. But on this, I'm having vivid dreams and I can remember them for a couple of days after. And it's crazy how real they feel. It's unbelievable, and I've never experienced anything like this before. I don't know what this stuff is doing to my mind, but it is having an effect. Even on my subconscious, I'm making gains in my sleep. It's weird. One thing I've always wanted to do is a front lever. The amount of dreams I've had about me actually doing a front lever in calisthenics is ridiculous. And then also some weird dreams that I shouldn't be talking about on camera. Another weird one, I've dried out. Like, my skin is drier than normal. My eyes, I wake up in the morning with like a cotton mouth, a dryness on my mouth. And then when you get into the gym and you get a pump, you pump up so quickly. I pumped up from putting wax in my hair. My shoulders were pumped. It's the weirdest thing. And obviously I'm just sitting here now after work and I'm not pumped. But in the gym, when you look in the mirror, you have this dry pump where you can really see the striations. It's epic, but it's not something I've experienced before. So that has to be on the weird and wonderfuls list. Another thing I found is niggles. I've had a few niggles all over my body, like my elbow, the muscles are feeling a bit sore there. I had one where I thought I had de Quervain's tenosynovitis there, just swelled up a bit, but then it went down really quickly within a day, so it's fine. But the cramp, if I tense a muscle, it will cramp up. Like, I don't get bad DOMs, I'm getting a little bit of DOMs like you normally would, but if I flex a muscle, I can get it to cramp so quickly, and it is quite sore. And I'm tempted to try and do it with my bicep or tricep, but I also don't want to look like an idiot on camera. Here goes, let's see if I can do it. I'm not looking forward to this because it's quite sore, but let's see if you can pick it up. So we'll flex it. Oh, I feel it cramping there. Oh, I don't know if you can see that twitching and cramping. Let's have a look. So look, you can't really see it, but if you tense a muscle, it's insane and it hurts. It's crazy. I like it because you can sit there and just tense your chest and see the striations. It's quite fun, but yeah, it's also something I haven't experienced before. So let's get into it. The reason you clicked on this video, let's see how my physique has changed in 30 days. Now, I will say I am cutting. I'm on 2100 calories a day, which is roughly a 500 calorie deficit for myself. So I will be losing body fat, but I didn't expect the changes that you're about to see. Day 1, and I'm already a few weeks into my cut, and you can sort of see some striations in the shoulder, some on the chest, but you can see where I store a lot of my fat over my abdominals and my lower back especially. My upper back is fairly lean. There's a little bit of body fat in my arms, and this is day 2. I train legs obviously. I forgot shorts for the first one, but my legs are always fairly lean even when I'm quite heavy. So calves, you can see a little bit of definition. Hamstrings, I wish I could see some definition, but there's just no way on the planet. Going on to day 8. Now, for some reason, I think my abdominals are a little bit leaner. I feel like I can see slightly deeper striations through the chest. The legs look very similar. Shoulders fairly similar. But abdominals, definitely, especially when relaxed. Lower back, fairly similar, and please excuse my right shoulder blade, it is all over the place. I just can't control it. I'm trying my best, and don't worry, it gets worse in the future posing. And don't judge my posing. But day 13, so 2 weeks and 1 day after starting, definitely leaner through my abdominals, and I'm trying my hardest to get that shoulder blade pose right, trying to get as much width on my non-wide lats as possible. Chest striations a bit deeper, shoulder striations a bit deeper, and abdominals definitely leaner 13 days on. Back again, fairly lean. And now day 30, and oh my goodness, abdominals are so much leaner, striations are a lot deeper. But interesting, I don't feel as flat as I would normally feel while cutting. It's absolutely incredible, and I would recommend this stuff, especially if you are trying to get lean naturally. But yeah, biggest difference there, abdominals. Legs fairly similar, again, a little bit leaner. and still trying my hardest to get some width through the lats and still failing. Maybe one day I'll get that right, and my back is always fairly lean. I cannot believe the results. Body fat is flying off. Energy levels are through the roof. I cannot ask for more, and I've still got 2 months of cutting to go. Which ecdysterone did I go for? Because there are hundreds of options. So I looked at what were the ingredients. It must have one ingredient, and that is a word I can barely pronounce, Cyanotus arachnoidea, which is some sort of root extract. And this has got 1200 milligrams of ecdysterone of this root extract, which is an effective dose. Others have less, and they have other things like black pepper and other rubbish chucked in. And this is reporting 98% purity. And funny enough, it's Amazon's choice one, so I'll have a link to it down in the description below. Cost-wise, it's also cheap. It cost me just over 15 quid for a whole month, and that was on Amazon sale. I think it's like 16 something now. And plus, it's got a guy flexing on the front, so it must be legit, right? What can go wrong? So, the $1,000,000 question, should you try this? And am I going to get some more? Well, the answer is, hell freaking yeah. It's already here, bought on the special, and I'm ready for month 2. Hopefully, we'll see some insane results. And if I can maintain my strength while getting even leaner, even more shredded, that will be unfreaking real. And next time I'll actually film me benching the 1 rep max. The big question is, should you go out and buy this? And for some of you, the answer is yes, definitely. And for others, the answer is a strong no. If you're new to the gym, if you're within your first 3 years of training, don't go and get this. It's not a magic pill. It's not like a steroid. It's not going to give you unbelievable results when it comes to muscle growth. But if you're an experienced lifter and you hit a plateau where you want to maintain strength while cutting, this is for you. It is insanely good, and I felt incredible on it. Energy levels through the roof, and the strength went up while the weight went down. And after 11 years of training, what more can I ask for? The funny thing is, my mother tried this too, because there's some research for pre and postmenopausal women, and she's 63. And she found very similar things. Her strength is going up. She's able to push her gym harder. And she even found the weird dreams bit as well, which is kind of odd, but yeah. Now I will say, this packaging says for men only. And for the 2 women who actually watch my videos, it's fine to take ecdysterone. The research supports it for pre and postmenopausal women. There's no issue with it if you're a female. I don't know why that was put on this box. I'm only assuming they didn't really skim through the research, or they were worried about things like pregnancies or anything strange like that. They might not have done that for that reason, but there is research to support that it is safe. But always consult with your doctor. And as Coach Greg says, I'm not your doctor. Right guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you want a month 2 update on how I found this after the next 30 days, starting tomorrow, drop me a comment down below and I'll get that video in the pipeline.